Orthosiphon stamineus is a herb that is widely grown in tropical areas. It is also known as Orthosiphon aristatus. This plant can be easily identified by its white or purple flowers bearing long, protruding stamens that resemble cat's whiskers. This plant is also commonly referred as Misai Kucing, which is popular in the local of Malaysian, or Kumis Kucing, which is referred by the locals in Indonesia. Both means the cat whiskers. This herb is popularly known as Java tea and is used widely in the form of herbal tea in Asia. Java tea was possibly introduced to the West in the early 20th century. The brewing of this Java tea is similar to that of the other teas. First, it is soaked in hot boiling water for about 3 minutes, and then honey or milk is then added to the tea. It can be easily prepared as a garden tea from the dried leaves itself. Nowadays, there are a quite number of commercial products derived from Orthosiphon stamineus that can be found. Factors such as the cultivation areas and also post-harvesting method can significantly affect the quality of the herb. Next, Misai Kucing can be drank as tea as it is available as tea sachets provided by different brands out there. Besides that, we can eat or consume Misai Kucing as it also comes in capsules. Examples of brands that we can find nowadays that are commercializing Misai Kucing is the Shine Misai Kucing capsule brand or Poland's Teh Misai Kucing and many more others.
Assalamualaikum. For my third now, I'll be talking about how Misai Kucing or cat whiskers is modified and used in our daily life nowadays. We all know that Misai Kucing is a well-known traditional herb that have been used for few generations since our grandparent times. But the thing is, how is the modern generation using them now? Firstly, Misai Kucing is used to make tea. The tea is made from the Misai Kucing plant leaves, where the leaves is dried under the sun for such a long time and then it is grinded into powder form. The powder tea is then processed and packaged and it can be found in the market nowadays. People usually consume the tea because it is much more convenient and practical for our life. Secondly, we can find Misai Kucing as the sub-ingredient in commercial products like the health supplements and also the beauty products. These commercial products are going for the white flower of the Misai Kucing that looks similar to the cat whiskers, where it contains a lot of good chemicals like phytochemicals. The phytochemicals is isolated and then it is mixed with the other ingredients of the supplements and it is supplied to the consumer. This beneficial is usually to treat certain health-related conditions like the hypertension and also kidney stones. To conclude that, we have known that the usage of Misai Kucing is well established, that people are still confidently using Misai Kucing in their modern life.
I would like to talk about the health benefits of Misai Kucing. Misai Kucing tea is a tea made solely from Misai Kucing herb, which has been known for its therapeutic value for generations. It has been used for generations to treat circulatory disorder, kidney stones, hypertension, and diabetes. Similar to the modern diuretic medications available in the tablet form to treat hypertension, the phytochemicals in the Misai Kucing work by eliminating water and salt ion from the blood, thus reducing the pressure on the heart. In the treatment of the diabetes, studies found that Misai Kucing extract could help to reduce blood sugar significantly, and it works to modern medication used in managing with diabetes. Apart from that, studies also indicate the presence of numerous phytochemicals in the Misai Kucing that could cut down on cholesterol. Scientists have found that the extract of the plant could reduce the production of specific enzymes that contribute to the production of bad cholesterol, which is low density lipoprotein that clogs the blood vessel close to the heart. Interestingly, some studies have indicated some phytochemicals in the Misai Kucing leaves could retard the skin tumor cells. Since there are many flavonoid properties present in the Misai Kucing can be known as antioxidant, which protect the body from free radicals. These free radical substances can lead to problems such as heart disease and cancer. Thus, drinking Misai Kucing tea is certainly beneficial in preventing, treating, and managing with numerous diseases associated with the modern society. And what more, it is much cheaper than the conventional medicine. The Malaysian Health Heritage recently published by the Forest Research Institute of Malaysia, FRIM, recommend those with hypertension to soak 2 or 3 liters in hot water and drink the tea. To help reduce fever, edema, influenza, rheumatics, and hepatitis, one should drink the water boiled with the leaves or the whole plant. In treating diabetes, jaundice, gallstone, atherosclerosis, and weak heart, the Misai Kucing leaves is used in combination with the others.
So for my part, I'm going to be explaining to you guys about the mechanism of action for Misai Kucing, or also scientifically known as orthosiphon eristatus. So it is a known fact that it's a traditional herb used to treat many things like kidney stones, dysuria, and diabetes. From what I found, from the studies that I found, right, is that the first study is that they studied about the anti-inflammatory and also the antioxidant effect of Misai Kucing. And from what I found is that in this study, they actually extracted 3 things, which is ethanol, methanol, and water extract from this specific herb. And then both the methanol and ethanol extract has an antioxidant effect and contain both ursolic and also oleanolic acid. So these components or characteristics tends to suppress lipopolysaccharide-induced nitric oxide and prostaglandin 2 by inhibiting reactive oxygen species generation, along with a reduction in gene suppression such as like inducible nitric oxide synthase and also cyclooxygenase 2. So for the second study that I found was that to treat diabetes. So how does it actually treat diabetes? So what they actually found is that this Misai Kucing actually has a chloroform extract, or namely called chloroform extract subfraction 2. And this inhibits an increase of blood glucose level. And how does it does that? A possible mechanism of action that we found is that it has an immediate membrane effect, which results in increased glucose transport and utilization of muscle. Utilization of glucose by the muscle. So there's an increase in glucose utilization, and it has a somewhat of an insulin-like effect. And that's the possible mechanism of action for orthosiphon eristatus.
Hi, so today I will explain on the contraindication and side effects of Misai Kucing. But before that, I would like to tell you that I use article from Berita Harian newspaper as my reference. Okay, so for the contraindications of Misai Kucing, actually pregnant women and lactating women are advised to avoid Misai Kucing because it can harm the baby and it can cause miscarriage actually. Okay, so next for side effects of Misai Kucing, from the research that is done by Dr. Syamsul Muhammad, who is a lecturer of agribusiness industry from University Malaysia Kelantan, UMK, he mentioned that actually Misai Kucing has a few adverse effects such as cancer, depression, and also miscarriage, as I said before. Okay, and all of these effects can occur if the herbs are taken in a large quantity for a long time, and if there's no monitoring from the specialist. And apart from that, he also mentioned that actually the planting factor is the one that make the herbs toxic, because Misai Kucing is only suitable to be planted in a laterite soil, but laterite soil contain higher level of plumbum to compare with lowland. Okay, so
it can cause harm to us because plumbum can actually accumulate in our brain and cause damage to the brain. Okay, and other than that, wrong keeping way may also contribute to the problems because Misai kucing is very easy to be contaminated with fungi. So if the herbs, if you want to take the herbs, you should know how to keep it in a correct way.